Go ahead, Bob.
Okay. And maybe for each guy, what would y'all think of Malik's performance? What would impress you? How do you think he had this situation?
I was very proud of Malik. He came out there and, he was thrown into the backup role today and went out there and played really well. Ran the ball well, had some big throws. Thought he kept his composure. Obviously not the outcome we want, but just as a personal standpoint, I'm proud of him.
What did y'all give your thought?
Yeah, I agree with Bumper and everything he said. He's a young guy put into a situation that I think he excelled at. He's still young, but man, he made some awesome plays today that I think the future's only going to get brighter for him.
What was he like in the huddle and then maybe Jaden? Mike?
He knew his role and he kind of lived up to that. Of course, we didn't get the outcome that we got. He did his thing. He came in and led us, and he made plays on 4th down, 3rd down with his legs. So he did his thing. He did what he's supposed to do.
Jadon, was Malik different in the game compared to practice? Sam said that he's kind of a gamer. Did you notice a difference with the bright lights on with Malik?
Yeah. So Cade obviously won the job in practice. Things weren't working out, so they threw Leak in, and Leak did what he had to do. So yeah, he would be technically a gamer. Yeah, even though he's talented anyway.
It didn't look like you kind of got hurt on that one long receiving play. You came back and you just dislocated your shoulder.
I have an AC joint sprain and kind of playing on that.
Well, the coach said you're pretty banged up. How banged up are you, and what's it take for you to get ready? I mean, you're graduate senior, get ready game after game.
Yeah, honestly, that's kind of been one of the biggest challenges this year. I've been battling with some, an injury in my hip, and just having to, fight every single day to, make sure that you put your best foot forward for your teammates. It's never easy, especially when you lose. But I've just tried my best to make sure that I can give them everything I have, no matter how I'm feeling.
Were you surprised at how well they were in the box throws? For fans, they came out running and all pretty effective.
Yeah, they did a good job. We made some adjustments, try to get our ends into some 4 eyes to help the ball bounce. But they had a good game plan. They came out running the ball right away. It just kind of felt we were on our heels from the jump. But credit to them. They had some hard running backs, and their line played well.
Did that surprise you at all that they came out right away with the ground game like that?
Not necessarily. You just kind of look at their trend this year. They've run the ball a lot. They kind of had some success, and so they kept going with it. And then we make some adjustments, but we put ourselves in a hole too early on.
Bunker, you talked last week about finishing the game defensively against Alabama. You guys gave up 19 in the second half today. What is it about being able to finish the game defensively for y'all?
Yeah, I mean, we emphasize it every week. We just got to continue to lock in our fundamentals late in the game. Whenever you're playing, you get a lot of snaps on you and you get tired, you start, reverting back. And so we just got to continue to make sure that we're on top of our keys whenever we get tired.
I guess for Don and Jadon, I mean, Malik comes in, the very first thing he does is go around and go 52 yards. What did you think of that? Kind of how exciting was that? How much of that fired the offense up?
That's nothing new for him. He's a speedy guy. So plays like that is kind of regular to us. The world just kind of seen it today.
Yeah, I agree with what he said. He made an excellent read off the what his actual read was, I guess the best way to put it. But he made an excellent read, pulled the ball, went for the sideline, 1st down, and then tried to go for the touchdown as well too. Did his job perfectly on that play and brought a lot of juice to the line, put a lot of confidence from us into him. And like I said earlier, like I'm so excited for Malik's future. He's gonna have a great few years here.
What's his demeanor like?
Calm, cool, collected, no matter what's going on. He's making sure checks are in order, making sure our spots are right. It's important to communicate to a young quarterback as well, so he can understand where he's hot, where he's, where we're sliding to, or where we're trying to run the ball, we're leaving for him to read. But overall, he handled it like a pro today. I hate to use the word gamer because he's still a very talented player and he does a lot of really good things in practice still too. But man, he showed up today, did an awesome job.
Colin, what's that communication like with the Cowbells once the offensive line?
It wasn't too awful today. We were hurrying up, trying to go as fast as we could. Miscommunications that happened, they're obviously a defense that moves around a lot, likes to fill gaps, likes to, just bring the house on us, and some miscommunications, mis-IDs caused some critical errors in critical situations.
Guys could take a Sam made a point to say there's losing games, and then there's being a loser. You guys aren't losers. You proved last year you could have a tough patch and come back from it. Just maybe you could just what's team mindset right now? How do you think you guys are gonna?
Yeah, honestly, I think the team mindset is just sick of it. It's a horrible feeling losing 3 games in a row. It's hard to get out of a rut like that, but we understand where the mistakes are coming from. Now it's time to fix it. One game we were having issues blocking, another game with issues tackling. This game, critical situations, red areas, third down, stuff like that. Like, we know where the fixes need to come from, and now it's on us to look within ourselves to how do we fix them? How do we get it handled? Let's get back to basics.
Yeah, I mean, I said in front of y'all, when we played here, 4 years ago, and there was a completely different a mindset after that game, after that loss. The guys in this locker room are fighters. We're obviously not anywhere close to being happy with how we played, but there's just a different feel in there. Guys wanting to continue to work on their craft, and there's no quitting everybody in there. And that's one thing that, you come out here and you have an A&M, a game like A&M, game like Alabama, and then this week, they're emotional games, and there can be an overreaction, but the guys in the locker room still believe and still want to fight.
You mentioned a different feel in the air. I know playing in Utah or Colorado is kind of different. Is there something you guys are going to do this week with the elevation? Got to prepare yourself for that?
I mean, I think just extra conditioning obviously is going to help for us, regardless if we're playing in altitude or not. So, that's kind of the only thing that we can, control.
You all played at Fort Collins a couple of years ago. Did you sense that?
Honestly, it was kind of one of the nicest weather we played in, because, South it's hot in, August or September, whenever the game was. So it actually felt pretty good.
That's one. Did you mention making adjustments on defense? I saw a lot. The quarterback had a lot of time in the pocket, rushing three. I feel like a lot was asked of the linebackers, dropping coverage, and also being responsible for the check down. I feel like they hit the check down all day. Were there discussions about an adjustment to put y'all in a better situation to cover that? Because I feel like that's what kept their jobs alive.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult. Like I said earlier, whenever you get into a hole early, you have a game plan that, that game plan specific is to make them make mistakes, and they didn't make any mistakes. And so whenever you go down early, 14 points, and we had a ball that was almost picked off, certain little things like that early in the game, you can't just completely change your game plan going into it. But I like the game plan we had going in. We just got into a hole early.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Thanks, guys.